broadcast is live. Yay! Hi, everybody. My name is Glenn. I'm your host. I'm going to be walking you through a painting today. You can probably see a chat function on there. Someone say hello to me. Somebody say hi to me on the chat. I want to know you're listening. Nobody. No one wants to talk to me. Oh, there it is. Well, I know you're listening, Keta. But who else? Ha ha ha. I'm reading the chats now. No, that's still you. I know it's you. I see your name beside it. Nobody else. You don't have to chat to me. That's okay. But if you're looking for it, there is a chat function on here. You can go over there. You can put a message in there. You can ask questions. You can say hi to me, right? Any questions throughout the event, put them in there. Let me know, and I'll see them. Comment questions come through this chat. That's right. Yeah, that's right. What else? That's it for that. Good job. So before we start, I'm going to go over material so that you know what you need, right? Let's get that now before we get halfway through and figure out what we don't have. All right, so we're going to be doing an Among Us painting because it's awesome. I like to paint stuff that I like, not just stuff that's sometimes just stuff that's pretty, but I like to paint stuff that I like, that I'm into, right? So I want to do an Among Us painting. We're going to start with a drawing. We're going to draw on the canvas first before we do any painting, so I know where to put the paint. So of course we need a canvas. You probably have one. It looks like that, right? There's your canvas. And if you have one, a pencil, right? Grab a pencil so we can do this drawing part first. We're going to need paint, of course, black and white paint. And the primary colors, blue, red, and yellow, are the primary colors. You can mix any color using those three colors, right? So later on, if you want green, you can mix up blue and yellow and make green. But for now, that's all we need is primary colors, black and white. You need brushes, of course, paint brushes. Now, I'm going to recommend what size of brush you use when we get to the painting. But you don't have to listen to me. You can use any size brush you want. So if I say take your big brush and that's too big for you, it's not working, you can use a different one, right? But we'll need a bunch of brushes, some big, some small, different sizes. Water, everyone forgets water, right? Yeah, have water, because between colors, we need to rinse off the brush, right, before we go to the next one. So some water for rinsing your brush, and a paper towel is very handy as well. To dry your brush, because now it's wet, right? You just rinsed it off. And any mess that you make, you might make a mess. Just saying. Maybe you need paper towel. And a palette to mix on. Now I've got one of these fancy palettes here. But you can use anything for a palette. Sometimes you find trays that have like little cups in them. Those work great. But it could be a paper plate. It could be a chunk of cardboard. It could be a pizza box. Whatever, right? Just something to put your paint on when you load up your brush and then go to the canvas, or to mix your paint on. That's it. So we're going to start for realsies now. For realsies. So like I said, you're going to start with a pencil and your canvas. And by the way, your canvas can go any direction for this one. You can go vertical. You can go horizontal. And I'm even going to recommend that every now and then you actually tilt your canvas and draw at a funny angle. Okay. Now, I'm not going to draw in pencil on my canvas because you won't see it on the camera. Instead, I'm going to draw on my whiteboard. So here's my canvas here. This is my pencil. We got to use our imaginations here, right? This is my pencil, my canvas, and here we go. Here's the drawing for the Among Us guy. We're going to start with a circle. So nice and light with the pencil. Don't grind it into the canvas, right? Just nice and light with the pencil. We're going to draw a circle pretty close to the middle. If that's the middle point right there, if that's the middle of your canvas, just above that, right around here. And you can see it's not the whole. I'm not doing the whole thing, right? Just a little guy. Right there. There's your circle. Step number 1. Nailed it. And once again, any latecomers, questions? You need me to repeat something? Put it in the chat over there. Type it in and I'll see it. Hopefully, I might see it. I might not. I'll probably see it. Okay, so we got our circle. Good job. Next, we're going to put little feet. We're going to put little feet on this guy. So we need like it's a cross between a W and a snake, right? It's a line. It's going to go from here, down, curve it back up, curve it down, and curve it back up on the back. So there's our little legs here now. Down, up, down, up. There's our legs. Next, we're going to get the eyeball. I don't know what to call it. The visor? The visor? The uni eyeball? Do you always use pencil before painting? If it's something in nature, usually not. Flowers, trees, I'll just go straight to paint. Things that are a little less natural, man-made, people, structures, I usually start with a pencil drawing. And I might practice it on paper before going to the canvas, and then I draw it on the canvas because I can't draw a perfect straight line or a perfect building or even a perfect Among Us guy. But a tree can be any shape and any size. So I usually start with pencil right on the canvas, and then I paint over it so you don't see it. Yeah, that's a good question. Right on. All right, the eyeball thing, the uni eyeball is just a little oval right here in the middle of the head. And it actually sticks out the side a bit. You see that there? It sticks out the side a bit. There it is there. And the last part is the backpack. Just on the side here. Just a little curve on the back. There's our little dude. Now, I don't need these lines here. You can leave them on because we're going to paint over top. But there's our little dude. But that's only one. I want to do a whole scene of a whole bunch of them floating around in space. So I want more. I want to do another one. And he can be in the distance. He can be smaller. So you can tip your canvas. And I find it easier to tip it. And draw another one. Or you can turn it right upside down. Even if you want, right? Maybe this guy's upside down. And then do it again. Maybe he's at an angle. So here's my circle. Here's my squiggly W. Here's my eyeball. There's a backpack. Yeah, there's one floating over there. Let's put another one over here. He's going to be going this way. Circle. W, he's looking down. Oh. Backpack. Maybe I turn it this way. And I put a really small guy in the distance over here. There we go. And you don't need 50 of them in there. Maybe just a few. Right? Maybe 5. I think 5's a good number. So I'm going to do that again on my canvas. And you're not going to see it very well, but I'm going to do it anyways. So again, you can tip it at an angle. Here's my first one. There, one. A smaller one. 2. Let's see, what's this guy doing? This guy's way over here. Maybe a smaller one here. 3. Maybe I'll do 4. This guy's looking at this guy over here. Hey, what happened to you? Hey, buddy. And there's mine. I know, you can't see him very well. That's okay. Next, we're going to fill in the color of our guys, right? Now our background, the space is going to be blue. So you could do a blue guy, but he's going to be hard to see, right? I like red. I'm going to start with red. So we can get our red paint out. Put a little blob on your palette. Bloop, there it is. Upside down is funny. It is funny. Excuse me. It is funny. And I'm going to grab a medium, not a large brush, a medium-sized brush. This one's about the size of my pinky. About that big. And I'm going to take my red paint, and I want the big guy to be red. So I'm not painting the eyeball. I'm painting the backpack. I'm painting the body, the legs, everything in here, except the eye. And if your lines aren't absolutely perfect, that's fine. If your curves are a little bit wiggly, that's fine. We're going to put a black outline around this guy at the very end, so we can clean up some of these little details. That's okay. So there's one. I got one red guy. Great. Keep going. Let's do another one. I'm going to rinse off that brush, and I'm going to grab some yellow. I'm going to do a yellow one. Little blob of yellow. Same size brush, but now I got to rinse it off. Otherwise, you're going to get orange. Wipe it off on some paper towel. Load up some yellow. And let's pick this guy here. This guy's going to be yellow. Now, by the way, people, if you are struggling, you're like, I just finished the red one. You're already done your yellow one. Slow down. Don't worry about it. You go at your own pace. You're going to see what I'm doing, and by the end, you're going to know what to do. So if you're going at your own pace, if you're a little slower, no problem, right? Not a problem. You go at your own pace. All right. So there, I got two now. I'm going to do a third one, and I've got red and yellow on my palette already. I'm going to do an orange one. I'm going to make an orange guy. So very simple. Here's my yellow, here's my red. Just going to take a tiny little bit of red, just a tiny bit. Bring that over into the yellow and slowly start mixing that in. Nope, that's not enough red. That's okay. Get a tiny bit more red, bring that over. Mix it in. Yep, that's looking maybe a bit darker. And just very slowly start bringing it in. Slowly, slowly. There. There's a nice orange. Yes, there it is. There's my nice orange. And which one? This one. I'm going to do this one in orange. He's a little tiny one. Now, I'm doing a smaller one here. If you want to switch to a smaller brush, that's okay. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this brush. But if you want a smaller brush, that's fine. All right, there's my orange one. Rinse him off. And again, I'm not going to do blue because my background's going to be blue. I don't want to do blue. I think that one's going to be white. Now, even though the canvas is white, I'm still going to paint him with white paint. I think I'm going to, there we go. There we go. Here's my brush, dry it off. White. And I'm just painting over those pencil lines from before. See, this white's a little brighter than the bare canvas. You can see the difference. There we go. And there's my white guy. That's it for that step. Once you've got all those guys done, I want to get that visor again, that eyeball. I want to get that on there. And for that, I need light blue. This dark blue, the blue that I have is too dark. I want a nice light blue. So I'm going to use a little more white and the tiniest little bit of blue. Tiny bit of blue. Look at my eyes. Tiny. Listen to me. Tiny. Tiny. Little tiny dot. Because I want very light blue. I don't want that blue to take over. You see my palette here? Here's my white. Here's my blue. Tiny. Little bit of blue. Mix it up in the white. There we go. Lovely, beautiful light blue. And start filling in. Now I'm going to do it in the order that I painted the bodies. Blue, and then the yellow, and then the orange, and then the white. Because they're going to continue. This one's dry. This one's almost dry. This one's still kind of wet. This one's completely wet. And it's easier when the layer before it is wet. So I'm trying not to go too much into this yellow here. Otherwise, I'm going to get light green. And if you do, I don't know. That's not the end of the world. It's not the worst thing that's ever happened. There he is there. And my last one. There. Now, I'm not going to, just to keep it fast, so we stay on track here, I'm not going to. But you could decorate them with their little head things, right? A little hat, the leaf. The leaf is my favorite. You could put a little leaf on there. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to skip right past that part. All right, rinse off your brush, dry it off again. And then we're going to go into our background. We're going to paint the background now. So it's pretty big. It's a big background. So I'm going to switch my large brush. It's about the size of my thumb. And I'm going to use blue. Like I said, I'm going to use blue for my outer space because I want to see the black outline. I could use black. You could use black if you want to. If you say, no, Glenn, space is black. I want it black. That's allowed. I'm going to use blue because I want to see that black outline. So large brush, blue paint. And now we're just painting everything blue. Everything out here blue. I'm going to go around my guy. If I'm going around and I go over top of the red a little bit, that's fine. If I accidentally leave a little gap of white. Let's see, here we go. Oops, there's a little gap of white in there. That's okay. Not a problem because, like I said, right? We're going to take black paint afterwards and outline this guy, and it's going to fix all these areas, all these little gaps, or wherever it covers itself, it's going to fix that. And little trick about using large flat brushes right there. Look, there's a big fat section here. Where is it? There we go. And there's a skinny side, right? Fat side, skinny side. Use the fat side for blocking in large areas. And then use the skinny side when you're trying to get into tight little corners. Right? Like that's the detail side. This is the big fill-in side. So that's it. We're just working our way around. So who plays? Who plays Among Us? This is the part of the event where we know what we got to do. I've got nothing to tell you. I've got no instruction for you. We just have to do it. Who plays Among Us? So now we can just chat. Hang out for a bit. My favorite is yellow. Me. I play it. Do you play? Okay. That sounds like a simple question. Do you play it? And here's my complicated answer to the simple question. I have played it. I kind of enjoyed it. I didn't love it. I did love it. I don't know. But I don't play it very often. So no, I guess I don't play it very often. But I got kids, and they love it. They love it. They like it more than me. I like the little characters. I like the idea of it. I love how paranoid everybody gets while they're playing. You're always worried, oh, who is it? Is it that guy? I don't know. That guy's chasing me. Is he chasing me? Is he following me? Is he doing his tasks? I don't know. It's funny. Your favorite is yellow. My favorite guy is red. For no reason. I mean, there's no difference. Are you an artist? I am. Wait, we'll get back to that one. Did you paint those little paintings behind? I did paint the paintings behind me. Yeah. So here's two answers, two questions in one answer. Yes, I did paint those ones behind me because I am an artist. I'm one of these artists who can't decide what he does, what kind of art he does. I sculpt. I do graphic design. I paint, obviously. I draw. What else? I don't do music. I'm terrible at music. I can't do that. I do realistic stuff. I do abstract, weird looking abstract stuff. I do Among Us, clearly. I just can't decide what kind of artist I want to be. So I'm always doing something different. I want to be an artist when I'm older. I want to make comics. Okay. So here's my little pep talk for you. Guess what? You don't have to be an artist when you're older. You can be an artist now. It's just hard when you're young to make money at being, right? There's the kind of artist who just does it for fun. And then there's being an artist for money, like a job, right? So yes, being an artist is fun, but sometimes the work is slow. So it's good to have another job that you do. It's always good to have another job. And when the artwork is slow, you do your other job. And when your artwork is doing great, then you go back to doing that. And art's fun because you can, there's lots of things you can do, like festivals. In Edmonton, there's the Art Walk, right? And you can just decide, all right, I'm going to be an artist for the summer and then a construction worker over the winter, right? You can pick it up and put it down whenever you want. And it's easy, of course, to be an artist as a hobby, just for fun. And then maybe you try to make some money at it. And if you don't, then you go back to doing it just for fun. Yeah, that was a long answer to a simple question. That's awesome. Good. You're awesome. How did I learn how to paint? Oh, I'm still learning how to paint. Wait a minute. You're supposed to be teaching us. You don't know how to paint? Glenn. All right. So, of course, I've always painted when I was in school. And in high school, I learned quite a lot about painting. And then I went into graphic design and I studied graphic design and I worked in that. And there's a lot of things that I learned in graphic design that I carried into painting later. And then later I went to the U of A and I studied art there. And I studied art history and sculpture and photography and painting, obviously. And I learned more how to paint there. But I learned how to paint from doing graphic design. I learned how to paint from doing sculpture. It's all these different disciplines. Yeah. Okay. I've done my blue. Next step, black. And again, if you're still filling in your blue around your area, don't worry. Don't worry. Keep doing that. You'll catch up. You'll catch up later. And if you're not done by the time this session is over, that's fine, right? Finish up after. So next, I'm going to take a small brush. I've got a nice small round brush, but whatever you've got, something smaller, something you can hold like a pencil, right? Something like this. And black paint, and like I said, I'm going to go around and I'm going to outline my guys now. So here we are, black paint. I'm on a spinning chair, and every time I go to paint, I do this, and I start rotating. No, come back. I have to pull myself back. Here we go. And outlining. Nice and slow, right? We were doing these big blocky shapes before, which are just splattering paint everywhere, right? Now we have to be really neat and slow. So switch the way you're thinking. So I'm putting these lines, these black lines, right over top, right in the middle between the red and the blue here. And that way it's covering up all my messy edges. And it looks intentional. It looks nice and clean. There's the backpack. Boom. There's one little dude done. That's why I did blue in the background. You can see that outline. Next, let's do this guy here. There we go. Here's something about artists. I'm going to tell you something. When we're concentrating, we do this. We make a stupid face with our mouth open. I smudge my black. Can I fix it? Yes. The solution is let it dry. Oops. I just smudged mine. Let that dry. Leave it alone. Let it dry. And then you're going to put blue over top of that. Again. I'll show you once that dries. Not a problem. Yeah. So we make funny looking faces when we paint sometimes, right? When you're really concentrating. Sometimes your mouth is open. And you make a funny face. Two down. Two to go. So like I said, I like to paint things that are fun for me. What can you see in the background? I got, wait, where is it? Right there. I got a baby Yoda over there. I got a funny looking chicken. Where is it? Over there. I like Star Wars, so I do a lot of Star Wars paintings. And you can paint things that you think are just beautiful. A beautiful landscape, trees, flowers, forest, maybe a cityscape, your house, your room. But I like to paint things like pop culture things, video games, TV, movies. I think it's more fun when it's something that you're really into. Oh, look how tiny this guy is. He's so small. He's in the background. I got to make a really funny face. Come on. There we go. Good. What did I forget? Did I forget anything? Nope. I got it. Alrighty. That's that. Do you have an artist that you look up to? Oh, man. This event's not long enough for that. But okay. The short answer is, wait, I'm going to get back to that one. First, I'm going to get back to how to fix a smudge. This black for me, this black is dry now because it's only a little smudge. If yours is not dry yet, don't try and fix it. Don't paint over it yet. Wait for it to dry. But mine is dry. So I'm just going to take some blue and I'm going to go over it again with the blue. And sometimes 2 coats of blue looks different. You can even see it there. You can just see where I covered it up. It looks a little bit different than 1 coat of blue. So cover that up, nice thick coat of paint there, but then paint around it a little bit and very softly blend this blue and just push it around a little bit. There, so you got nice soft edges. There. Now I don't see a big blue streak where I tried to fix it. And if you can still see that black smudge, then wait, let that blue dry, and do it again. Now I got to rinse my brush off again. Okay, so Bob Ross, of course, right? TV's Bob Ross. If you don't know Bob Ross, look him up. Nice, calm, relaxed. I kind of like him. I like his personality. But in terms, I don't love his paintings. I like him. I don't like his paintings. In terms of personality, in terms of paintings, I like Van Gogh. And for sculpture, I like Rodin. Rodin. Cool guy. But Van Gogh, Vincent Van Gogh. Cool paintings, man. Crazy. All right, the last little step here is going to be white. We're almost done. I'm almost done. You might be still going. And my favorite part. It's not the last part, right? But my favorite part is the glare. So we got this light blue visor right across the top, right there. Put a big white smudgy shape right there. One. I'm going to put one over here. 2, 3. Little one here. Little. Is that big enough? No, I think it needs to be bigger. It's easy to go bigger. It's kind of hard to make these smaller. So start with too small and work your way bigger. There, now there's a nice glare on there. I'll bring that a bit closer so you can see it. Right, there it is. Nope, you can't see it very well. Hold, steady. There, now you can see it. Now you can see it. Right, nice white glare. And they're in space, not the sky. They're in the sky right now. I want them in space. So I want to put little dots, little stars in there. And my favorite way of making stars is take your smaller brush. I'm going to grab this one. Take one of your small brushes. You're going to use the wrong end of the brush. Like you don't know what you're doing, right? You're holding it backwards. You're going to use the wrong end of the brush, the handle, and just stick it in the paint and scoop up a little bit of white paint. Now it looks like my brush has a little hat on it. There we go, right? And then, boop, put a little dot on there. Dot, 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 dot. Load up some more white paint. Dot, dot, dot. Now, if your blue is still wet, I would recommend letting it dry first. Mine is dry, so I'm going to go ahead. And these stars, make some that are close together. There's 3 that are right close together. Make some that are really spread out. Right? We're going to make it random looking. Don't put them all in a grid, like they're all in a perfect line going across. Make them random. Move all around and then go back. And then go around again. And then go back over here. Then go over here again. Scatter them all over the place. And again, you can put as many as you want in here. I'm going to stop putting stars in. Am I? This is so, I love this part. It's so much fun. I don't want to stop. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop there. And with that, I am done, but not really. Not really done. I got one last thing. Who knows what it is? Who knows what I have to do after I'm done my painting? Someone yell it up. Someone put it in the chat. No? How about now? Your name, that's right, you got it, your name, your signature. Now, your signature could be your signature, or it could just be your initials or whatever you want, right? It could just be a little symbol that you think represents you. It could be an X, I don't know. I like a lowercase g. That's my signature, a little lowercase g. It's kind of a fancy G, right? I told you I took graphic design. So I like my little lowercase g to be fancy. There it is, my fancy lowercase g. And that's it. Your little Among Us painting. Put it on your wall. Before I leave, before I'm done, I just want to shout out to the organizers here, kids up front. Thank you so much for inviting me. I had fun painting with you. I had fun developing this. And yeah, you guys rock. Good job, you guys. And yeah, and thank you so much for organizing and doing all the running around. It's a lot of work. I hope mine turns out. Says, yeah, I hope yours turns out too. And if it doesn't, you keep trying, you keep going, and that's how you get better. Is you just do more and more and more. Yeah, we'll get another one. Good. What? That's it. So yes, thank you, kids up front. Thanks for having me, and we have more coming up. So look out for those. That's all I have.